The conventional wisdom. You used to tell us that to launch a software company, you needed millions of dollars.
Right. A huge team, years of runway, all of it.
But the sources we've been diving into, this 2026 SaaS playbook, it suggests that whole story is, well, it's just obsolete now.
Completely.
Success today isn't about having the biggest budget. It's about finding the real agonizing problem, the lock, long before you even think about building the product, the key.
And that moment of discovery, that's the whole game.
Welcome to the deep dive.
Today, we're exploring the playbook used by founders like Adam Robinson, who scaled his company, our B2B, to millions in revenue with a tiny, really focused team. It's kind of the blueprint for building human-centric software.
And our mission today is to give you a shortcut to that blueprint.
Exactly. We're going to unpack the psychology of building in silence, why you absolutely have to do that uncomfortable customer validation, and how something like pricing can just unlock explosive growth.
And why building an audience is maybe your best financial protection.
Your safety wall. Let's start with the big one. Product market fit.
It's a classic industry buzzword.
It is, but we should define it simply. It's just the perfect, immediate match between what you offer and what the market is desperate to buy.
And most founders get this backward.
Tragically, yes. They pour all their time and money into creating this shiny, complex key, the software.
And then they go looking for a lock.
Then they walk around desperately searching for a problem that it might fit. Smart founders do the complete opposite. You find the lock first.
I think the real question is why we have that urge to build first. Why do we resist talking to customers?
Because building feels productive. It's tangible. You can see the code.
Yeah.
Talking to people, especially when you might hear no, that
Yeah.
it feels hard. It takes a certain humility.
And that resistance, it leads right into what the playbook calls the trap of building in secret. Waiting 6, maybe 12 months for a perfect launch is just the single biggest waste of resources.
The source material actually calls this the parent mistake.
The parent mistake.
Yeah. We love our idea, our code, a little too much. We treat it like it's our child.
And we project our own wants onto the market.
Exactly. But the hard truth in this business is that the market is always the boss. 100%. If the market just shrugs, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's where the sunk cost fallacy comes in. It's such a huge psychological hurdle.
Oh, it is. And I'll be honest, that's something I still wrestle with that myself. If you've spent 5 months coding a feature and it looks beautiful.
It's your baby.
It is. And the mental difficulty of just deleting that code, admitting that effort was for nothing, it's a nuts. You have to fight it.
So the answer isn't just deleting code, it's changing the goal entirely.
Right.
You have to adopt that lean startup mindset from day one. The initial goal isn't profit.
No.
It's rapid learning from every single customer complaint.
And that learning guides you to a crucial distinction. Is your product a vitamin or is it a painkiller?
Explain that. Vitamins are nice to have.
They make things better, faster, more efficient.
But they're the first thing to get cut when the budget gets tight. They're fragile.
Painkillers, on the other hand, solve a burning, must-have problem. These are totally non-negotiable.
We're talking about things that stop a business from losing thousands of dollars.
Or prevent them from breaking the law, or, automating a task that takes 20 people 5 days to do.
So if the market tells you your big idea is just a vitamin, what's the hardest lesson a founder has to learn right then?
You have to immediately delete features customers won't pay for, no matter how much effort you put in.
Which sets us up perfectly for validation.
Yeah.
Before you write a single line of production code, the whole strategy is about de-risking your life.
The goal is to get to, 90% certainty that people will actually buy this thing.
Before you commit your own time and capital.
This is where the 300 call rule comes in. Adam Robinson, the B2B founder, he did hundreds of interviews before building.
And you don't literally need 300 calls, right? It's more about the data points.
Exactly. 300 data points of deep conversation. But the key isn't the volume, it's how you ask the questions.
You can't just ask, would you buy this?
No. People are wired to be nice. They'll lie to you just to make you feel good.
Right. So you have to ask for historical facts.
How do you solve this problem right now?
And how much is that clunky solution costing you every single month?
That historical data. That is the gold mine. If you talk to 100 people and 80 of them have the exact same expensive, painful complaint,
You found it.
you've found a gold mine. If only 5 people care, time to find a new problem.
Okay, so once the problem is validated, you move to what the playbook calls the terrible version 1, the MVP.
The minimum viable product.
Yeah.
And it should be almost embarrassing.
Why embarrassing, though? That sounds counterintuitive.
Because if you build a beautiful product, you confuse the feedback. Is it about the design or is it about the actual value?
I see. So you strip it all away.
Everything. If you're building a data tool, V1 could just be you manually making a PDF chart and emailing it to them.
The rule is harsh. If people won't use your ugly Google sheet to solve their problem.
They definitely will not pay for your expensive, beautiful app.
And you can use AI for some of this initial research now, even before making calls.
Right. Tools like Perplexity are great because they use real-time data. They scrape the internet now and they give you sources.
So you're getting real complaints from places like Reddit or Quora.
We're not looking for general advice. We're looking for specific emotional pain points.
Exactly. The example prompt in the source was looking for small gym owners' frustrations with software like MindBody.
And you're not looking for the fee is too high.
No, you're looking for something like the calendar integration breaks every single time I update a class, and it costs me 5 hours of manual work every week.
That's specific, quantifiable pain.
So beyond that ugly V1, how do we confirm that interest before we actually launch the product?
You secure a wait list of 100 emails. It proves people will commit for free access.
Okay, so we've de-risked the idea, we've validated it, now we move to the growth engine.
And in 2026, advertising is just. It's prohibitively expensive for most bootstrap startups.
So an audience changes that whole equation. It means people look at you for free.
But this requires founders to break the corporate wall.
What does that mean?
Consumers just don't trust shiny, anonymous ads anymore. They're looking for a trusted guide. Person, someone who has solved the problem they're facing right now.
The power of honesty here feels a little counterintuitive.
It is. Sharing your mistakes, the late-night bug fixes, your small failures, it doesn't make you look incompetent.
It builds trust.
It builds profound trust. The thinking is, if this founder is honest about what went wrong, I can probably trust the software they're building.
So you turn the whole process of building into a kind of show.
Yeah, and the audience gets invested. They start cheering for you.
Which feeds right into the 80-20 content rule, the whole trust deposit system.
I love this analogy. Trust is a bank account. Every piece of value you give is a deposit.
And every time you ask for a sale, it's a withdrawal.
So 80% of what you put out there should be pure value and storytelling.
We're talking about sharing real data, like your actual revenue charts, even if it's only $1,000.
Yeah, show the raw behind-the-scenes work. Or, and this is critical, share expert tips on solving their problems without using your software.
Prove you're valuable, whether they pay you or not. And when you make those deposits consistently, the 20% promotion, they ask for a demo, it just feels natural.
They buy because they're already part of the story, not because of some ad.
For B2B founders, the source points to LinkedIn as the best place for this.
It's networking at scale. And a little content tip. Personal stories about the journey get 5 to 10 times more views than purely technical posts.
And you have to remember that comments are content.
Yes, you got to spend time every day replying, engaging, showing that you actually care.
That small effort shows you're human.
Because that relationship, that community, that is your safety wall. A big competitor can copy your features in 2 weeks.
But they can't copy the relationship you've built.
They can't. That is your moat.
So if the audience is that safety wall, what's the fastest way to just tear it down?
Stop sharing value and only ask people to buy your product. So let's talk about monetization. Pricing is where so many founders just get lazy.
They pick a random number, $49 a month.
Exactly, because everyone else does it. And it's a huge failure. It's too expensive for your small users, and it massively undercharges your big ones.
And that's precisely why the playbook pushes for usage-based pricing.
The whole idea is simple. You only pay as you get value.
It aligns your success perfectly with your customer's success.
We saw this with the Our B2B example. They started with a flat fee, $495 a month, and it just failed.
But when they switched, the change was, well, it was explosive. They went to a free tier for up to 200 leads.
And then charged per lead after that.
The revenue jumped from $5,000 a month to $80,000 in just a few months.
Wait, from $5,000 to $80,000? Whoa.
Yeah, because users were only paying when they got actual measurable value. All the friction was gone.
The goal with this kind of pricing is to create what they call upgrade moments.
You want the user to happily hit a wall.
Right. They get a notification, you've hit your 50 reports limit.
Yeah.
And if those 50 reports were amazing, they're not going to complain. They're going to happily pull out their wallet for 50 more.
This also leads into the service model. It used to be, self-service on one side, expensive sales teams on the other.
The best modern strategy uses both. It's a hybrid.
They call it the sales assist model.
So the software is self-service, but the human touch is there right away.
When someone signs up for free, you send a personal message from the founder immediately.
Not some generic automated email, a real note. Hey, I saw you signed up. I'm the founder. Can I help you set up your first project?
This simple outreach fixes the single most common reason people quit a new tool.
The setup gap.
The setup gap.
Right.
Most users quit in the first 10 minutes because they get confused or stuck.
And the data on this is wild. When Adam Robinson offered to personally help people set up their code, the success rate, the number of people who actually stuck around, it jumped from 40% to 80%.
You double your retention with a personalized email.
So if usage-based pricing is working so well, what's the core goal of adding this human-focused sales assist model?
Personal help fixes that setup gap and dramatically increases your user success rate.
Okay, so turning all this into a scalable growth engine, that requires mastering storytelling. And every great story needs a villain.
In business, the villain is just the old broken way of doing things.
Right. Manual data entry that eats up 40% of your time. Yeah. Or that expensive, inflexible agency you're stuck with.
When you clearly attack that villain, people who are suffering from that problem, they see your software as the hero.
You become a beacon for them. And that narrative feeds what they call the viral flywheel.
Transparency creates excitement, and excitement creates growth.
You have to share real numbers, not we're growing fast.
Oh.
Say this week, we hit 50 new paying users and $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue.
That creates instant FOMO, fear of missing out. People sign up just to see what all the excitement is about.
And the ultimate selling strategy, which builds authority faster than anything, is to teach, don't sell.
Instead of a sales pitch, you record a 90-second video showing exactly how to fix a problem with your tool.
If your free tips are so good they save someone 5 hours, they'll just assume the paid software must be incredible. You build authority through generosity.
But before we get to the timeline, we have to talk about 2 big mistakes that can kill a startup, even with a great idea.
The first is feature creep.
The disease of saying yes to every single customer request.
And the root cause is just a fear of telling customers no.
Just because one person asks for a feature doesn't mean the market needs it. Adding too much stuff just makes your core product bloated and confusing.
The goal is to be the absolute best solution for one specific thing.
And the second mistake is tracking the wrong numbers. You have to obsess over MRR, monthly recurring revenue, and churn.
Churn is the percentage of users who quit every month. And if that number is high, the playbook says anything over 10% is an emergency.
You have to stop all marketing immediately.
Yeah, if your churn is high, you're just pouring money into a leaky bucket. You stop, you fix the leak, and then you start marketing again.
Considering how important free tiers are, what is the most dangerous consequence of offering too much for free?
You end up with 10,000 users, but you're perpetually stuck at zero revenue.
Okay, let's bring this all together. Let's walk through the 12-month execution plan from the playbook.
This is designed to get you to your first 1,000 committed users.
So month 1 to 3 is all discovery and validation. Your job is 90% talking, 10% planning.
Talk to 50, maybe 100 potential users. Find that shared painful lock.
And at the same time, you start posting on LinkedIn 3 times a week about what you're learning. Build that early audience.
Then, month 4 to 6 is the MVP phase. You build the smallest, ugliest version that solves that one core problem.
And you give that terrible V1 to 20 beta users for free in exchange for just brutal, honest feedback.
And you use that feedback to fix the biggest bugs.
Month 7 to 9 is the launch phase.
What?
You open the waitlist to your audience. You introduce that usage-based pricing.
And this is when you start that personal sales assist outreach to every single new signup. You have to fix the setup gap.
Finally, month 10 to 12 is the scale phase.
You double down on the content that worked best. You start automating the repetitive parts of the business.
And once the core product is stable, you start looking for those bigger mid-market customers who can handle the higher usage fees.
You know, the ultimate lesson of this entire playbook, the thing that ties it all together, is that it's about humans. It's not about code.
Customers really don't care about your proprietary algorithms or what language you used.
Not at all.
They care about one thing. Did this save me 2 hours of frustrating work so I could get home on time?
And that's the core insight. Founders like Adam Robinson prove that a 5-person super-focused team can out-earn a 50-person company.
Just by being faster, radically honest, and relentlessly focused on solving one human problem perfectly. So as you wrap up this deep dive, just remember where your most powerful asset is. It's not your code base. It's not your funding.
It's the relationship, the trust you build.
So think about this. What is one personal story about your journey, a small failure, maybe a surprising win, that you could share this week to start building that safety wall of trust?
That's a great question to reflect on. Thank you for diving deep with us today.
We encourage you to keep learning and keep challenging that conventional wisdom. We'll see you on the next deep dive.